Alright, so this video is going to show using the valve spring removal tool. All I'm using basically is going to be the magnet to pull out the locks that go inside the retainer, and then this tool, this end goes against the head of the valve, and then this end goes over the spring retainer. And that's the basics of how it works. But oh, and this one I end up using for the just a little 13mm 12-point socket to knock the new valve stem seal on, make sure it's seated all the way. And so now we'll get into the detail of how this actually works. In order to remove the valve springs on this head, I believe you would need a special tool that I don't have, but anyways, it's a specific Ford valve spring tool. And but anyways, we're not doing that today. Let's see, so here we are. I've actually taken off all of the intake side valve springs already, but I'll just show you using the tool on the exhaust side. I've already replaced one valve stem seal and put that valve spring back. Here's my little tray that I just did it from front to back, 1 through 8. I didn't even mark intake exhaust. I just got them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. So I don't know, it's just easy for me. Whatever works best for you. Just make sure you keep them organized and put everything back in the same place where it started. Of course, except for the old valve stem seal, which let's see, here I can show you. So the reason I'm doing this actually in the first place is these valve stem seals are getting pretty bad. Actually, that was an exhaust one. The funny thing is the exhaust ones are made, oh, this is a Ford 2.3 4-cylinder head, by the way. It's funny, the exhaust valve stem seals are made out of probably a higher temp, more durable type of rubber, and they're still actually pliable. The intake side, or I don't know, just made out of cheaper stuff, I guess, and they're rock hard. And actually, one of them actually fell off. That was what really kind of alerted me to the need for replacing these things. One of them you could see had fallen off of the valve guide, and some of these things, let's see if I can find one, actually were cracked. Oh yeah, there you go. See, this one is, I don't know if you guys can see that. There it is. It's actually totally cracked. It's so hard, and the rubber has shrunk so much it actually cracked. Anyways, all right, let's get to using the tool. All right, so let's see. So we're working on the exhaust side. I'm just gonna set the head on the side there. So I got it on this little roller so I can try to give you guys best views. Okay, so the way that this works, it's like a ratcheting mechanism, and you pull this lever back and you can see it locks as you press it in place. And then there's also the adjustment here to slide this rod back and forth to get it set. And then you also have the bolt here where you can tighten that down to adjust the width for this clamp piece that goes on the valve spring retainer. Alright, so I already did this one, so we'll move on to the next one. So what you want to do, here, let's see. There's the piece on the valve spring retainer. And then what you want to do is push it against the valve here, and then you can adjust the rod. You can push it in or out, and loosen it. So I can slide that up toward the valve, and then tighten that there. Gonna get it good and snug so it doesn't slip. And then this is gonna be fairly tough. You do have to put some death grip into it. So what you want to do is clamp it down so that there you go, so that the locks are exposed there. See, there you go. Now the lock is free and you can take it out. Where's my magnet? So a magnet will be helpful. See, it's not, it doesn't want to quite come out. So here, let me reposition the camera here. So I might need to clamp it a little bit tighter. Ooh, there we go. Actually, that one I can just pick it up. And to get the other side, you might have to rotate it a little. Sometimes because, see, it's, ooh, you can see, I probably, ooh, there we go. Yeah, it's starting to slip back, so be careful. You don't want the spring shooting out and hitting you in the face or something. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we'll put those in my little box, and then we'll release it by squeezing the handle and pulling that lever, and then gently let it out. And then because the spring is now extended to taller than what it was, you can actually loosen the little clamp that holds the rod. So that's that right there. So I loosen that and slide the rod back, and now I can take the tool out and remove the spring and the retainer. And these, for whatever reason, have this cup that go with it. Don't know exactly what the design is about, but all right. So then you can slide out your valve. And one thing too that you want to check, well, let's take that seal off. So this type of seal, a lot of seals you can just pop them off with a big screwdriver. Oh, there you go. That's old news. And one thing I want to check too, see, one thing you can do while you're swapping out the valve stem seals is you can check for wear in the valve guide. So you can put the valve in upside down and wiggle it around. See, these actually do exhibit some wear. Yeah, it's kind of marginal. I'm sure if I showed it to a machine shop, they would say replace them. So yeah, if you're gonna get a valve job done, or if you just, on this one I actually did a leak down test and the valves didn't leak, so I was just gonna go ahead and replace the seals. But yeah, also check the guides like I said, and yeah, you might want to run over to the shop and get some work done on it. Might as well take care of it now while you got the head off the engine. So then installation is reverse of removal. Oh, we want to put this seal on, so let's get that in there. Alright, so that new valve stem seal fits nice and tight. So yeah, we're just going to push that on, make sure it gets seated all the way down, and then we'll go ahead and put this back together. Aha! There we go. So to get that seated all the way down, just use a socket and some light taps with a hammer. There we go. So now I can see that that's all the way down there, like it should be. Okay. So then to put it all back together, slide the valve in. All right. Whoop. Just make sure this is all going together properly. All right. So it might take a little finessing to get it all go in properly. Now tighten that rod down again. Make sure that your handle is released all the way as well. And then we'll compress this one back down. Oop, not yet. Make sure it's lined up with your valve. That's important. There we go. Alright. So I probably can extend the rod a little more. There we are. So yeah, make sure you see that valve coming through. And your spring is seated where it's supposed to be. And just compress it back down. Alright. Ooh, see, it's starting to slip off. Gotta be careful. Make sure it stays on. Aha, there we go. So now we can put our locks back in place. Make sure it doesn't slide off the retainer. Make sure you have these facing the right way. The narrower side goes down in there. And it's just held with the pressure of the spring once you get it seated in the right position. Probably need to compress that a little more. There we go. Yeah. So it lines up with the grooves in the valve stem. Probably rotate that downward. And get the other one in. Almost there. Sometimes you have to wiggle it around a little bit. Oop, and don't let it slip off. Alright, fast forward through this part. Okay, finally got it in there. And so we're going to carefully release this. Aha, alright. Then we'll loosen that rod there. Slide it back so we can get this off. Alright, finally got it. So then another thing to do, just tap it with the hammer to make sure that the lock is seated in there and positioned properly. And so yeah, looks good. So that's just the basic little demonstration on using the I guess you call it the C-clamp style tool, Craftsman model. Thanks for watching.